Ew guys, your favorite Kage, Enigma Kage, bringing you yet another video. In this video, I will list off the top 10 myths surrounding Jump Force and the community. Some of these myths have been submitted by y'all. Let's go. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope you stay for a while and subscribe today. As for the returning clan, welcome back y'all. As of today, we all know Jump Force is in a weird state at the moment. People are making up all sorts of lies and assumptions just to push a negative narrative of the game. But the thing is, it's just all myths. Let's start with number 10. Jump Force flopped. The biggest lie to date is that the game didn't sell well, but in reality it is one of the best selling games in the month of February. To be fair, not much dropped in February, but that doesn't take away from the accomplishment of Bandai Namco's third highest total ever achieved. Haters were rejoicing thinking the game flopped. The anime community is completely toxic, and the anime gaming community is twice as bad. Once the numbers debunked the flop, people brought up more rumors of the game just being terrible. Number 9. The roster is smaller than JStars. People have this misconception that JStars had the bigger roster. In fact, Jump Force has the bigger playable roster. Before anyone comes in and say JStars had 52 characters, it only had 39 playable characters. Jump Force has 42 and counting because the DLC is on its way. JStars had the much more colorful roster, but nonetheless, it is in fact not bigger than Jump Force. Whether one roster is better than the other is a different conversation. Also, don't forget to leave a like for your boy guys, it helps out the channel a lot. Number 8. He who pops ult last wins. In one of my previous videos, I said to counter an ultimate is with another ultimate, and it'll work every time. I'm here to debunk myself and tell you that just because you popped an ultimate last doesn't mean you will cancel his out or even win. The only ultimates that normally win are the rushing ultimates such as Boa Hancock's, Sasuke's, and Kakashi's. Those are piercing moves that just ignores the opponent finisher. So yes, if you pop ultimate last as Sasuke, you will win. Other than those I already announced, you will either clash or lose depending on the opponent's character. So be careful when popping your ultimate, just try to block it. Number 7. Your ranking says you're a better player. This applies to anyone outside of the D ranks. Your ranking doesn't matter one bit. You could be an A ranked player and still lose to a mid-level C player. That's simply because the ranking system is busted. You can be a master at the game, but when you're put up against a CAC, there isn't much you really can do. The element of surprise is always on their side, and even the good players have fallen to a CAC spammer. Your team tells a lot about the player you truly are. If you play sweaty and Piccolo spam is the only way to get your W, just imagine if that gets patched. That skilled player rank is meaningless because he or she went through all the cheese just to get there. Number 6. Zorro is the most OP character in the game. As of recently, people are coming out and saying Zorro is now the new OP character on the block. This one was submitted by Dylan Frosty. Thing is, the game continues to go through its rough stage right now. We're going through the buffs and nerfs of characters. Zorro is strong, but his damage output is no greater than Shishio's. People tend to lump these characters in the OP category because bigger YouTubers are making broken combo videos just for views, and you guys are eating it up. You have to account the opponent's assist character too. Will that broken combo work against a Piccolo spammer? A character becomes OP when the team is complete. One character alone can be stopped. It's the team composition that makes the main seem OP. Number 5. A low tier character cannot be a high tier character. This one right here, I won't go into too much detail because I have 2 videos on the channel that talks about this heavy. So check out my video on tier list and check out my video on lower tier guide. It's in my channel on the videos, but here's the tier list video right here on top of your screen. Check it out when you get a chance. A character such as Yugi can beat a character such as Killua. Yes, Killua is likely to have hit priority over Yugi, but you have to realize this game is a team-based game. Ranking a character as a standalone doesn't make sense because we don't have a 1v1 mode yet. You can win with any character with the right assists and team composition. Number 4. Piccolo Assists isn't broken. This one's a friendly shot at Smokey-sama on YouTube. Recently, we were on Makai Sane's podcast, and he stated that Piccolo's special beam cannon isn't as bad as people saying, and that we should be able to adapt to the situation. He is certainly right about the adaptation part. You should be able to adapt to the environment. The issue isn't the beam itself, it's the duration of the stun lock after eating the beam. It's too much of a safety blanket for bad players. You can select anyone and use that assist and the character becomes 5 times better in my opinion. The move is too powerful at the moment. I don't care for it to be nerfed, but I would love for them to switch it to the Hellzone grenade. And then we'll see just how good some of these players are. Number 3, there's no rematch button on the way. Several content creators believe that the rematch option is not on the way, and in fact it's just a myth to keep people playing until E3 when they reveal the next project for Bandai Namco. Guys, let me remind you, we didn't have the ability to invite our friends for a match. They pulled out a cop-out tweet and said that we always could have invited our friends to a match. This wasn't a communication error, guys, between the EU Bandai Namco and the US Bandai Namco. They messed up. They received the backlash during the closed beta, and it was unmeasurable. That leads me to believe that the button will be coming soon for friendly match only. That's the only way possible without destroying the servers. Plus, Cyrus, the social media guy for Bandai Namco, said it himself that it was on the way. Bandai Namco so far has a wish list that nobody knows is on the wish list, but if I had to guess, rematch option and tournament mode is definitely on the list. If you want my honest opinion of a rematch button, I think it will show up in June. Number 2, Jump Force is dead. This one is the easiest one to debunk. The game is obviously alive and well. Did it lose activity? Yes. But if the events are worth playing, people will return. People are playing the game still, and if you go on rank, you can easily find a battle. A dead game would mean the developers are done with the game in general. That means no advertisement, no updates, no DLC, etc. Since it's the start of April and the events haven't even happened yet, this is debunked. The game is alive, guys. Stop spreading nasty rumors. Finally, the number 1 myth in Jump Force. It takes no skill to play this game. This is a shot at all the Fighter Z fanboys who are more than likely trash at Jump Force. Fighter Z is a great 2D fighter. Probably can't be touched by any other 2D game out right now in the market. But we gotta stop comparing a 2D fighter to an arena fighter. That is just preposterous. That's like saying you're comparing Fighter Z to Ninja Storm 4. Why would you do that? Those are 2 totally different games. They play different. I've seen people in the chat state that they can win just by mashing the square button. Whenever you hear someone say that, just know they are complete trash at the game. Any good player would tell you that you need to learn how to effectively chase, you need to learn how to high speed counter, and you need to know how to effectively switch combo your opponents. You cannot win by hitting the square button multiple times. You could probably beat a 5-year-old by mashing a button, but anyone else would simply trash you in rank. Is the game complex? No, not really, but it does take some skill to be considered good. If you watched my tip videos, you can see that there is a method to the madness, and that it's not just mashing buttons. Those who mash buttons normally just lose and complain about the game. Any fighting game, especially an arena fighter, can be considered a button masher. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm Enigma Kage, signing it off. Peace, guys.